I'm happy to report that we made substantial progress between the United States and China in these very important trade talks. We will be giving details tomorrow. I spoke to President Trump, as did Ambassador Jameson last night, and he is fully informed of what is going on.
And this was, as the Secretary pointed out, a very constructive 2 days.
Earlier this year, President Trump imposed tariffs as high as 145% on Chinese imports, citing the trade deficit and concerns over intellectual property theft and currency manipulation. China retaliated with 125% tariffs on US goods and restrictions on rare earth exports. Both nations have begun to implement exemptions to mitigate the impact on critical industries. The US has exempted certain electronics, including smartphones and computers, while China has lifted tariffs on specific pharmaceuticals, semiconductors, and aerospace components. In total, the US has exempted approximately $100 billion worth of Chinese import from tariffs, representing about 1/4 of the total $440 billion in imports from China in 2024. China has exempted around $40 billion worth of US goods, approximately 1/3 of the total $150 billion in imports from the US. The impacts of these tariffs has been significant on both economies. In the US, businesses are facing increased cost, leading to downsizing and halted investments. Ports and trucking companies have reported a sharp decline in activity, with some experiencing a drop of more than 70% in business. Consumers are also feeling the pinch, with prices on imported goods rising and potential shortages looming. Notably, the around $500 billion imported to the US from China are worth much more to the US than that. I estimate around 4 times as much, so about $2 trillion. That's because these Chinese-made goods can either be sold for a higher price in the US or, as is often the case, they go into products made in America, which of course sell for much higher prices than what some of the components going in cost. These are all reasons for why the stock market tanked after Liberation Day. In China, the tariffs have led to around a 20% drop in export to the US, causing factory slowdowns and layoffs. Workers are protesting unpaid wages as companies struggle to stay afloat. So China has a big incentive to de-escalate. In 2 Truth Social posts, President Trump recently mentioned that the tariffs on China could come down to 80%. He also urged China to open its market and take in goods and services from other nations, something which the Chinese are loath to do. Their economy is highly protectionist. This helps the Communist Party families who control state-owned enterprises in China, Xi Jinping's power base. They can supply the Chinese domestic market without foreign competition. But this hurts Chinese consumers and workers who have less choice, have to pay more for domestically made products and services, and have fewer job opportunities. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you.